Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to FTB Beyond. And you can see we are no longer in our single player world. I have been invited to a small YouTuber community. I am joined by Apache Tech, and he's going to kind of show me around, and we're going to hopefully get some things straightened out here and try to get back up to where we were in the single player world. So, where do we start?
Hey Nathan, this is the communal area here. There's not much going on the server at the moment. You've come in right at the very beginning. We've only been playing for the last couple of days or so. So we've got a small, over here we've got a small communal farm with a load of cows and sheep. There's a few pigs in there I think, and chickens. And today I added in a sound muffler as well.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was driving me crazy. Smeltery here, which is free to use. I don't know if it's still full with lava, and there's a load of casts in the chest underneath the table as well.
Okay.
And then on the other side we've got the basin, and there's a crafting table underneath.
Oh, I see it. Yep.
And so whenever this, underneath the seared tank, there's the fluid tank. Mm-hmm. Whenever that runs empty, just head into the nether and fill it up and bring it back in.
All right.
Pretty much everything you see here is for community use. Feel free to use whatever you want and just kind of refill whatever you can, really.
All right.
Tinker's setup is here. I think we've got pretty much everything you need for Tinkers, and in these chests there's some resources for Tinkers, and there's some more behind me as well. So in these storage chests here, you've got obviously the labels on them you can see.
Yep.
And in the ingots there is, I believe, there's one piece of ardite. I will refill this with ardite and cobalt in a minute as well. So you can get some pretty decent pickaxes and tools and stuff from the get-go that'll be able to head start you back into the game.
Awesome. That is really good to hear. Beheading cleaver? Ooh,
yes.
Nice.
I'll set this up. If you watch my second episode on this, I use this to head up into the nether. I've created some wither killings, wither skeleton killing platforms on a fortress which is pretty close to the spawn in the nether. So you can go across to that fortress with this cleaver and kill skeletons to your heart's content, really.
Well, that is pretty awesome. We'll have to be getting those, because I also saw these small storage crates are good if you have a variety of items, but we have Yaba, yet another better barrel attempt. And
yes.
If you have another star to put on an upgrade, it makes it an infinite storage.
Oh wow, I didn't know that actually. I've got one spare, so yeah, I might have a look into that.
Yep. So, but I think I am still probably going to go with that. What I was saying earlier with the mountain. So I might have to take a look around and see if there's a spot available. Well, if you're looking for resources, if you come over to the portals. Yep, I see we've got the mining dimension.
Yeah. It's a bit different to I imagined it actually, because
yep, I actually just made the portal in my other world, and it's all rock.
Yeah, it's all rock. It does get dark, and mobs do spawn on the surface.
Yep. Speaking of which, creeper.
Ah, okay.
I have nothing.
I'll clear this out a bit.
Oh, I see you have a shuriken. That's nice.
I do. Yeah, I'm slowly starting to make it unbreakable. So, not quite there yet.
Yep.
In fact, it's almost out.
Well, if you need obsidian, I have found a very neat little trick. If you have Botania, you can break a block that breaks quickly right next to obsidian, and it will break the obsidian as well.
Okay. I've just got the sleeping bug, so I'm just gonna have to relog for a minute. You know where it's
Oh, when it drops
you
you
can't
out?
wake
Yep.
up. Yeah. So you just have to type /kick me, and it'll kick you off the server, and you can just relog back in.
Okay. Well, I have a zombie coming after me, so I better get back through the portal.
Yeah, head back through to the overworld.
And it's raining. Well, I think that if this is all we've got really to look around at right now, I suppose I'd better get some resource collection done so that... What? It stopped raining and then it started again.
Oh, that's not fair. I think because we pass through the days so quickly, it messes up the cycle for the rain, so it tries to rain more often.
I see.
think they found that on the Hermitcraft server as well, with the one player sleeping.
Yep, yeah, they had to change it to advance the time rather than just setting the time.
Yeah. We've got these here. They haven't been fully upgraded, but we've got a reinforced furnace, a hardened smelter, hardened pulverizer, and then just a basic sawmill and a basic energetic infuser as well.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It's a nice setup to get started, and there's a little AFK hut in here as well that I've set up. Just so that you're not being stuck on being chased by mobs all over the place when it's dark here.
Well, I will definitely say we need to upgrade these solar panels.
Oh.
Problems?
Sorry about this. I think I might have just crashed.
Oh. Well, I suppose I had better do some resource collecting. I'll have to do the best I can to get back up to the point of where I was. And, yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. So it is now about a day later. I have been doing a lot of mining and Botania work here on the server. And thanks to other people having a lot of stuff set up already, I didn't have to worry about doing anything more. But got us back up pretty close to where we were. I don't have quite as much in the way of resources, but I did get an awful lot more diamonds, so that is one good thing. So I have my Botania set up here. Not nearly as many of the Endoflames to go around, but it is still making mana for us, and that is great. So I got the Terra Shatterer. We are just barely into rank B, so at least we're pretty close to the same as we were there. And now I think we're ready to get back into what we were planning on doing in the last episode, which is making the Enchanter. So the Enchanter is 4 pieces of dark steel, a book, and 2 diamonds. So that will make us the Ender IO Enchanter, and we are just going to place this down here in the spawn area so that anybody can use it. Now, to make the Silk Touch book, we need 13 levels, a slime ball, and 15 lapis, and a book and quill, and I forgot to grab the lapis. So let's go ahead and grab 15 lapis here. There we go. And then we need a book and quill, so we're going to take a book, a feather, and an ink sac. And there we go. There is our book and quill. So we are waiting on the server. Okay, there we go. So then we just put our slime ball, our 15 lapis in here, and there we go. Silk Touch. Nice. So we have an anvil over here. See how many levels this takes to put Silk Touch on our Terra Shatterer 4. Not bad at all. So I'm not sure what we want to call this thing. How about Pick of Doom? That sounds too much like Iskall. I think we'll just leave it as Terra Shatterer. So if you guys have any ideas for the name for this thing, go ahead and leave that down in the comments. But we can always rename it at any time. So we're going to add Silk Touch to this thing. I don't think Unbreaking or any of those will make any difference later on, but we have Silk Touch now. So in all actuality, we can pick up grass blocks now. So that is pretty cool. We can pick up pretty much anything that we want now. But we do have a little bit of mana here. I'm going to have to make an awful lot more of that. And I've also found a couple of spots that I think might be good for our mountain. Now, both of these spots are very mountainous to begin with, but they are forested, which is kind of interesting. Now, both of them are right along the edge of the water, so that would be an interesting little challenge to try to make a mountain that goes right up to the water's edge. But the other thing is we have rivers here, and I was wanting to put some rivers into the mountain anyway, because my thought was we'll put the dwarves up high and the elves down lower, and have rivers coming down from the snowpack at the top of the mountain, and the elves would build along those rivers. So I suppose what I could do is head out to those areas and show you guys what that looks like. So I'm going to head out there and I'll be right back. Now, this is the first location. It is closer to spawn than the other one, and I kind of like the idea of being a little bit closer. We're still a fair distance away. You can see we are right here. Spawn is down here, but it's not so far away that it would really be considered outside of spawn. So that might be a possibility. Now, the other one doesn't really look too much different than this. It is just very steep, tall structures. And yeah, I don't even know that it's worth showing that one. But you can see we are very close to the water here. And it may be a thing that we would need to go into the water. I don't think that would be too fun. But we could also have a fairly sheer cliff at the water's edge, and then have the backside of the mountain kind of more gentle. I think that would be pretty cool too. So this is the basic area that I'm looking at, and as you can see, we do have a river over here, and I think we wouldn't be making it to the other river on this side. So yeah, there would be a lot of work here in clearing the trees, but it would also give us a lot of wood, and birch wood would look pretty good in an elven build. So that would be a good thing. But also, I have found a few other types of wood while exploring, and I don't know, they might be a possibility as well. But I see we have a maple tree here, and I went past a tiger wood. I think that one's a tiger wood on the way up here. So there's plenty of different types of wood available. We also have Railcraft quarried stone over here, which is a very nice white stone. Let's see if I can find where it is again. But it's a very nice white stone. I think it would complement birch and whatever living rock fairly well. So that's this stuff here. So both of those are distinct possibilities for building. And yeah, I think what I need to do right now is gather up a whole bunch of smooth stone, and I'll be ready for hopefully starting to build here, because most of the guys have started working on bases already. And so it might be the type of thing, it might actually be a better idea for me just to go ahead and start cutting down some trees here and figuring out exactly where our base is going to be located. So yeah, I think I'm going to head back. I'll have to make a couple more backpacks. Let's see here. There is one, yeah, a foresting backpack. This one should collect up wood and saplings. If it doesn't collect wood, we can always do the building backpack, because I'm pretty sure that one does. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head back to spawn, get a couple of things gathered up. I have lumber axes that we can use, and I will be back in a little bit. So we have an absolute huge amount of work ahead of us cutting down this forest, and I just realized also I forgot my Horn of the Wild, so I'm going to have to head back to spawn and grab that. But one thing that I wanted to try, I saw in the wiki on the Silver Bell that they mainly grow at certain elevations. So I want to try planting one up here and see if it'll grow up here, because, well, quite frankly, I like the wood, You know, this wood looks absolutely amazing, but if it is not replenishable, then that makes it very difficult to build with. But so I am going to start just chopping this stuff down. I'm not going to be too worried about collecting saplings, even though I will be using huge amounts later on for replanting all of this. And I think we will probably be doing a birch forest still on at least the lower parts of the mountain. So yeah, this is going to be a huge amount of chopping of trees. I would love to be able to time-lapse this, but unfortunately my camera account has not been whitelisted yet, so I can't do that. But I am going to get to this. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I need to place out here as far as chests and barrels so that we can store all of this stuff. So yeah, I am gonna get going on this, and I suppose once I get some of it done, I'll bring you guys back and we can kind of see the shape of this mountain and what we're actually gonna have to do to fill it in. Well, that was pretty fast results. So if these things will grow up here, then I guess maybe I should set up a bit of a tree farm up here for them, because we are going to be wanting tons of this silver bill, and the biggest problem with it is there's not very much wood comes out of each one of these. So if we look here, we have 10 so far. That is going to take a while. Now, I have been using my Fortune 3 pick to break the leaves, because Fortune does affect sapling drops. So I want to make sure that I get as many saplings as I can for these rare trees. So yeah, I think I might just level a little bit of a space out here so that I can plant some trees up here. And I will continue on with the deforestation of the mountain so that we actually have a blank canvas to work with. But yeah, I'm really happy that these things can grow. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Well, as you can see, the area looks a lot different now. I have cleared a huge amount of the trees. I haven't gone around and cleared out all of the little grass and flowers and things like that. But yeah, this is really starting to look like kind of the way that it's going to look in the end, just a lot bigger and a lot taller. So I was thinking about this while I was cutting down all of these trees, and I'm going to have to kind of talk with some of the other guys on the server, but I think that I'm going to want to go quite a ways out here with the foothills for the mountain. This lake here, I like that idea, except we're going to have to move it up a long way, and so that we'll have a lake in the mountain, or at least in the foothills, and then the river here we will run basically the same path that the river currently runs, except have actual flowing water going down the river. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Now, one thing that I noticed here, this is really neat, where you have multiple layers of the hills, and that's something that I kind of want to do as well. So that's going to be quite a project, but we do have a huge amount of birchwood and birch saplings, and I've also gotten a fair amount of the silver bell wood already. Now, of course, we're going to be using the silver bell in the elves build, and I haven't decided yet what I want to use for the dwarves. We're probably going to want something darker, maybe the tiger wood. We have some of that here. I don't know what this stuff will look like as planks. Let's see here. So as planks, it's kind of a, I don't know, kind of an ugly wood, but as far as the log is concerned, the log looks pretty neat. So we might use that for something in the dwarves. We'll have to figure that out. But right now, think I'm going to let this kind of sit for a little while. I'm going to have to head to the mining dimension now and start gathering up some smooth stone and dirt and things like that. And there is something I'd kind of like to show you guys there that I built as well. So I'm going to empty out all of my foresting backpacks here. Oh, and another thing that I found on these foresting backpacks, if I can find the one that it's in. Let's just see here. Yes, okay, this will show. So the Pam's Harvest Craft stuff goes into these foresting backpacks, and that is really helpful because we have a lot of the Pam's Harvest Craft gardens around here, and our Horn of the Wild here will break those gardens for us. So normally the inventory clogs up immediately when you're breaking those gardens. Well, we won't have that problem. Also, the barley and seeds and all of that stuff goes in there as well. So all of that is very helpful. But right now I'm going to empty out these backpacks, head back to spawn, and go over to the mining dimension and show you guys what's going on there. So here we are in the mining dimension, and ignore the fact that this is made out of cobblestone. It was just something quick that was thrown together. I needed ender pearls, so I needed an idea for a mob farm. So what we have in here is cursed earth. Now it spawns mobs like crazy, and it does it right next to you. Now on top of the cursed earth is vector plates from Dark Utilities. These things are pretty easy to make. Let's take a look at those real quick. So the vector plates are made with a piece of sugar, a slime ball, and a couple of pieces of stone. Now that makes 8 of those, and you can make them fast simply with some dark sugar and vector plates, and you make them extreme with some wither dust or something like that and the fast vector plates. So we are currently using the regular vector plates, and then we have the mobs being pushed into iron spikes from extra utilities too. So we're getting just standard mob drops with no XP, but yeah, it gives us ender pearls and tons of other stuff. So it's working very good. I've just been doing a little bit of stuff here, basically AFKing, picking up mob drops, and yeah, I've gotten enough ender pearls to do most of the stuff that I needed to do in Botania. So this has been very effective. Now, we did have a problem when we first set this thing up, and that was that you can see this space here. I was hitting the mobs at first through the hole in the side. And what happened is a skeleton saw me. He started shooting at me and hit a creeper. Well, the creeper went over and blew up and blew a big hole in the side of the spawning chamber. Well, that was not good because mobs that spawn on cursed earth move extremely fast. So, yeah, I died a couple of times before we were able to get this under control. I had some help from Apache to get this under control. We basically just removed all the cursed earth and started over putting the vector plates and the spikes in. Now, cursed earth is made with a drop of evil. A dorp of evil? A drop of evil. So the drop of evil comes from wither skeletons. Now there's not a great chance of getting this, but all that you do is right-click that drop of evil on a piece of dirt, and it will turn every piece of connecting dirt to cursed earth. So you got to be really careful when you do that, that you have some type of a border. That's part of the reason we did it here in the mining dimension, because, well, this is all stone around here. But it is giving us tons and tons of mob drops, and if we need ender pearls, we can sit here in AFK. Now, I have thought about possibly changing these spikes to diamond spikes instead, which will give us player kill drops, which would be really nice as well. But right now, this is functional, and so mob drops, no issue whatsoever. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go around, get a whole bunch of smooth stone and dirt. I'll probably just go down to where I've been mining and start doing basically a quarry type mine where I start from the surface and just start digging down. So I think I'm going to head over there. I'll have to go and exchange my foresting backpacks for the digging backpacks instead. And I think we're getting close to time on the episode, but I will check that out, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I gotta love how this Terra Shatterer just rips through the earth. Now I don't know if we can put efficiency or anything like that on this. I may have to check into that. But yeah, we are gathering tons and tons of stone for this project very quickly. And it looks like we're having little issues with the server at the moment. But yeah, I do think we are out of time for today, so I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And also be sure to check out the other guys on the server. I will leave a link to their channels down in the description. And I will see you next time. Bye.